What's up, everybody? Producer Alex here. I hope you're having a great off season. One of the best parts of Bless Your Hardt, one of the best segments, is the Ask Amy portion of the show where you, the fans, get to ask Dale and Amy anything on your mind. We have a lot of laughs, sometimes some serious conversations, but most of the times it's some silly debates. So we gathered all the best moments from this past year on the Ask Amy portion of the show, and we wanted to share with you guys before the new year starts. We'll see you next year, and I hope you enjoy. Shifting from kids to you guys, if your love story was a rom-com, what would the title be?
What's a rom-com?
Romantic comedy.
Oh, why don't they just say that?
It's the thing. You've never heard rom-com?
No.
It's a term.
I thought it was like an expo for technology. You going to the rom-com this year? They got that new NVIDIA card. The 5090.
It would be called The Princess and the Clown. I don't know what would our rom-com be called, Ralph.
What is the what is it where the expo where all the people get together and they dress up?
Comic-Con?
Comic-Con, yeah. It reminds me of that. The rom-com, but the Comic-Con or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, close, I guess.
Yeah.
You're better at this kind of stuff than me, so what would our title be?
What would the title be?
If our love story had a romantic comedy, what would the title of the movie be?
Yeah, that's it. Princess and the Clown, probably, something like that. Does the chat have any good ideas? I'm sure they do. They probably have better ideas than we do.
Checkers or wreckers?
That's pretty funny.
Amy and her 3 kids. Oh, Lord.
That's it.
Then there's another one from Kenny. He wants to know, is there any advice on how to become the fun uncle or aunt, maybe?
Listen, you're either fun or you're not, Kenny. Sorry. Yeah. I think that if you are funny to your friends, you'll be funny to the kids. Fun means paying attention.
Yeah.
Play with them. Play outside with them. Jamie and I have had a few conversations with she's the fun aunt, and she's got nephews, no nieces. So when she was around all these little girls, like all of our friends have little girls.
Yeah.
And she'd poke at them sarcastically. I'm like, don't teach my kid to be a smart aleck. Please quit that. And I'm like, you don't understand. She's going to get her feelings hurt and cry. She's not a boy. She was like, what? We talk to each other like that. I'm like, yeah, we're adults. So as long as Kenny,
quick.
Yeah, you learn quick.
But yeah,
I don't
just
know.
play. That's
Just
the one
play.
thing I've learned about all kids, boys or girls, is if you play with them, if they want you to do, like, they want you to color with them, if they want you to
pretend and use the dragon, just do
that's
it.
all they want. They just want you to be on their level.
Undivided attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He put some, like, should I take them like mini golfing or bowling? And I think, like you said, just play with them. I think
Playing with them. Don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Because then you set the expectation bar pretty dang high.
Yeah, that's a good
outings
point.
are a lot.
What's your favorite birthday dessert, I guess?
Oh, well, my favorite cake is carrot cake.
Ooh, okay.
And Dale insists on getting me red velvet every year. He refuses to get me a cake I like.
It's not a fruit or not even not cake material.
It's also not your birthday.
Yeah, I know, but damn, I just can't make myself. I can't force myself to buy a carrot
when
cake.
You're buying cake for your wife, buy what she wants.
Get a tomato cake.
You could do better with
Let's
chocolate.
get a celery cake. How about some green? How about some corn cake? I don't know. What the hell? It's carrots.
It's like a spice cake, Ralph.
They must have been tough times when they were like, "Yep, carrots is all we got. I want a cake, and that's what the hell we're doing. We're making a carrot cake." Must have been tough times.
You're getting carrot cake for your birthday.
Hard times, as Dusty Road would say. You don't know hard times.
They're still making it in mass production because it's delicious.
I don't think I've ever had a carrot cake.
It's so good. It's got like spices and nutmeg and cinnamon and stuff like that in it. You don't even taste the carrots.
Okay. All right.
Do I need to get my little Dusty Rhodes figurine over here? You don't know hard times. We used to do carrot cake.
Bill, are you from West Virginia by chance?
I was just about to say. If you are, please comment in the chat.
You gotta listen to the show to get that joke. I love those.
So I do like carrot cake. Favorite dessert, I don't know, chocolate chip cookies. I'm pretty simple. I don't eat a lot of sweets, to be honest.
Yeah, no. But chocolate chip cookies is more the hard outside and the soft inside.
Yes.
That's the perfect chocolate chip cookie.
Me and Amy came up, well, I'm sure this is already happening somewhere, but me and Amy we had a really cool thought for a dessert. The other night we were at dinner, and they brought out this cheesecake that had been sort of half dipped or covered in chocolate.
that hardened, so it was like a
hardened,
dip cone.
they put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
And so, it was like a dip cone. And so, like, and it had a little coconut on it all through it, which some people are good with that, but I'm not a coconut. I don't like the pulp or in my orange juice. I don't like the coconut in my cake, right? And so I was like, man, regular cheesecake dipped in chocolate and frozen. They do that in Key West.
Yeah, they did that with the
the
key lime.
lime. And I'm like, somebody around the world's doing this little, just a little slice, right? Little perfect.
I'm like, so basically you want bonbons at dessert? Because that's all that really is,
and then
right?
it reminded me of the awesome cupcake sushi we used to get.
Did y'all get that when y'all were down there?
And when people
Oh my
hear,
gosh.
people initially, I know, I didn't even think about doing it. When people hear that for the first time, they go, cupcake sushi, what in the hell? Like cupcake with
People
fish, and
assume
they
that
think
you're
it's
putting
like
fish in
sushi
dessert.
blended, like sushi and cupcake mashup. No, that's not what this is. It is. Go ahead.
It's like a cake pop. It's cake and chocolate, and it's rolled to look like a piece of sushi, but it's dessert. And it's got
So
like
good.
sprinkles and different like chocolate beads and things on the top to look like the caviar. It is all dessert, and it's absolutely delicious. And our friend Lori down in Key West patented it, and she started selling it out of the fish market a while ago. So
We
we
used to-
found it there, but
we used
she
to
does
eat it.
She does ship now. She sends it
we
everywhere.
used to eat it dozens. We used to eat it at least a dozen times a year.
Yeah,
And
that's probably one of
we
the
hadn't
most
had it
unique
forever.
things we've ever found
we
dessert wise.
we had it. We had her come to the house once. What event was that? Or something to do.
It was for our engagement
It
party.
was our
Yeah.
engagement party. She come and set up, and everybody got cupcake
Yeah, she made it in
sushi.
front of you as you were
Oh, man.
ordering it. Just like
So
the
good.
sushi guy would do, you know. It was
and
cool.
it's cold. You
cool.
keep it in the refrigerator or the freezer, and it comes in a little sushi tray, just like your order of
Your rolls, your tuna roll.
roll or whatever. And you can keep it in the freezer, and you just walk by there and grab one. And
Everything Dale does is like walk by the freezer. I'm gonna walk
Yeah.
by and get a swig.
Things are
I'm gonna walk
dangerous.
by and get.
so good though.
Tim, he first says he wants you to take Vanna White's job when she retires on Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh,
so
I feel like I'm too old for that.
she's like
Vanna White
yeah,
is.
she's been she's up there.
Yeah, you got to be at least 30 years, 40 years younger than her.
I know, but I feel like I'm still too old to start. You know what I mean? Like we need somebody in her 20s.
I'd like to see you do that once. Dun-dun-dun.
That'd be cool.
That little noise it makes when you turn it. Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun.
Probably don't even have to press it. You just gotta fake it too. It's
Oh
probably
yeah,
all-
it doesn't turn anymore.
Oh, then we're out.
No, you need to. We'll bring back the turn for
Yeah.
Amy.
Please.
We're wanting to turn them.
We want the old school
We
version.
got to walk over there, nudge it. Dun-dun-dun.
That'll be our demand. We want more work.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yep.
But he wants to know if you could go on or host any game show or reality show, which one would it be?
I would like to go on Steve Harvey's show,
Family
Family
Feud.
Feud.
Oh yeah.
We honestly
We got so close
really
to doing
tried to
that.
do that right
Really?
before Mimi passed away.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out because of timing and everything. But yeah, that would be super fun.
Wow, that'd been cool. Were you supposed to go up against like another
Group,
another
another
like,
family.
like
Yeah.
celebrity or
Family.
whatever?
Yeah.
Or,
Family Feud would be fun.
that'd be really cool. No reality show or anything like that, like Big Brother, Survivor, Amazing Race.
No, I don't think I'm made for TV.
No.
We watch. We talked about Southern Charm. We watch Summer House too. I think it'd be fun to go to a party.
It would be fun to
Yeah,
just go to a
summer house
party.
party.
Yeah,
Just
just
for a
kind of
day.
be in the background.
like watching all that happen in real time.
Yeah. Their parties or pool parties, especially around 4th of July, they're all themed. And so like
Yeah.
everybody's dressed up. It'll be fun
Pretty crazy.
to hang out.
Yeah. I've
We're a
always
little too old for that too, but not too much. I mean, they're in their 30s and 40s.
Yeah. We're on the cusp.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Just be in the background. I like that answer.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Our next question is Tom wants to know if the Easter Bunny is going to be as generous as the Tooth Fairy this year.
The Easter Bunny is even more generous.
Really?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. We do Easter nests in the yard. I talked about this. We pull the Spanish moss off the trees. The kids all make their like little nest in the yard and they decorate it.
This is Amy's Texas family.
Yes.
Right. These are hardworking Texas people. And I will say this, Amy's family does all of the holidays to the max.
It's like it might be the last one. Let's just
Yeah.
go for it. We love
I
a good
like it.
time and a
It's
party and an event, and we love giving gifts. Could
Yeah.
you say that's right?
We didn't do crap. We get a little basket from, Target or Walmart and with some, just a traditional thing right off the shelf. But Amy and her family, they get the Spanish moss off the trees and they make nests for the kids.
Yeah,
And
the kids make the
we
nest in the
take-
yard.
the kids make the nest, and then we take the kids on a hayride to look for the Easter Bunny. And while that's happening, the rest of the adults are filling those nests full of all kinds of fun, crazy toy, candy, snacks, all kinds of stuff. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's crazy. It's good.
When we grew up, there was just 3 of us. Me and my 2 sisters. Dad didn't have any brothers and sisters, so we didn't really have any cousins. Mom had 1 brother who didn't have a son until like way later. So it wasn't that epic of an event. Like, it was still fun, but now there's a lot of kids. And so the yard is full of nests and it's chaos. And they get out of the car and immediately they have their baskets. They go Easter egg hunt all around the yard. And then they sit at their nest and they open all their stuff. It's so much fun.
Yeah. It's cool.
Is the Easter egg hunt like the premier event of the
we'll go to
Pretty
church
much. It's
on
like the kickoff.
We'll go to church on Sunday, which is awesome.
Yeah, we do all this on Saturday. So it's just like fun day at the farm. And then we go
Church
to
on Sundays in Victoria, Texas at the local church. And the rest of the weekend we're grilling, cooking, sitting around a campfire in chairs like this one and watching sports or just listening to music or sitting
Kids
around.
are four-wheeling.
Kids are riding 4-wheelers. We'll go inside to the farmhouse and sit around the kitchen table and laugh
Play
and joke,
dominoes
play
and different
dominoes,
games, yeah.
chicken foot, all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a blast.
It's so much fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Next question, also Easter theme from Jessica. She wants to know if you ever dyed eggs with the girls for Easter, and if you did, how messy does it get?
I have. So I've watched all of the videos, and I did it with shaving cream, and you put the dye in the shaving cream with like the cupcake molds, and so each little thing has its own color, and they get their own dish, and I always do that stuff outside. I mean, everything
It's a pro move.
messy happens outside.
Yeah.
But it's easier for them to see what they're doing too, and they can make it swirly, and they have way more fun with that. I haven't done that this year.
You know what I like about Easter eggs now that's come out? This didn't exist when I was young. Is where you put the egg on the thing and it spins, and you take it with Sharpie or a marker or something, and you can, make it whatever color you want with a sharp. I mean,
we do have that little thing. So all the little plastic eggs though have been taken to like the playroom and used. Yeah. To actually play with. So
but you can do real eggs on that.
I've never tried a real egg on that.
Yeah, because it's white and you can color any color you want.
Well, the egg in the game is hollow plastic, so it's real light. I don't know if a real one would work, but we could try.
Yeah, I'm sure. I love that. I think it's easy.
I've seen so many fun things. I saw a thing the other day where somebody took old ties that they had gotten from a thrift store. You can do this with any fabric. And they put the vinegar water in the dish, but they had wrapped the egg up with this printed fabric, and like it put the print all over the egg.
Wow. You remember the old school deals that you slid over the egg and dropped it in the hot water and it shrunk to it?
Yes.
Plastic shrink wrap, yeah.
And you're like, man, that was kind of like the ghetto trailer park version.
That's like everybody's tired. Let's just do this.
Yeah. Man, that's how I've done that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Solid color.
Yeah.
It. That was fun. That was good memories.
No, I mean, that's what we had.
Sarah wants to know what's been the most unexpected part of working with each other on Bless Your Hardt?
The unexpected part?
Yes.
Honestly, I feel like it's kind of brought us closer together. I mean, I thought we were as close as we could possibly be, but we're having fun getting to play like this with one another. We've worked together before on little projects here and there, but nothing quite like this. So, I mean, for me, that's probably it.
Yeah. I don't know that anything's unexpected, but I am enjoying watching Amy kind of venture through this, process of putting herself out there and being a bit more of a public figure, and the response to that, and how everybody's been great. Everybody seems to enjoy the show, and hearing a lot of comments where people are like, all of our Diligent or Download listeners that have been diehard NASCAR and race fans and listen to that content are telling us, I'm sitting down with my wife and she's watching this with me, and now we're doing this together. And so
it's also bringing other people together.
That's been a big
nice.
surprise, seeing a bunch of comments like that. But
we did run into a lady in the airport yesterday that said that her husband, she said she saw him and she texted her husband and he said, you should probably see if his wife is there. And of course I was standing on the other side of the stage, and so she came up and talked to me, but he told her that.
That's right.
Which was interesting.
Yeah. So that right there is probably my favorite part. Is we got asked to go judge this burger contest at the airport yesterday, and Amy was a judge. Amy had a microphone. Amy was walking around on the stage.
Amy was nervous.
Talking, and there was a MC, and Amy was looking around and talking about what she was seeing. And she would just never have done any of that before. She didn't want nothing to do with none of that. But she's kind of like almost not got a choice in the matter if you're going to kind of do this show and kind of we're going to do this together and kind of put ourselves out there when she's going to find herself in more situations like that. And it's just fun for me to watch her navigate that. And
I have gotten far more comfortable being in front of a camera and that kind of thing, where I would have totally locked up. If you had asked me to do this like 5 years ago, I literally would have gone mute.
Yeah.
It just was not possible. I'm not comfortable.
When we first met, she wouldn't even give me a picture of herself to have.
I didn't have selfies and no photos.
I didn't have a picture of her on my phone. And I'm like, can I please just have a picture of you? Imagine dating this girl. And
I lived in Florida also. I wasn't around.
Imagine dating her and not being able to see her.
Can't show any of your friends.
I didn't have social media. I was one of those people. I didn't have a Facebook page or a MySpace page.
Yeah, there you are.
Nope.
And nothing.
Nope.
Wow.
For weeks and weeks.
He had to see me.
And so eventually she sent me this one photo, and I had one singular photo of her to look at for months, and then finally we took a selfie together, and then I've still got those. I still got that picture, the very first picture we took together.
Yeah.
And I say all that because she's very not comfortable in front of a camera. So it's been fun watching her adjust and improve, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Would you say that's one of the things you've learned the most about yourself, Amy, that you've become more comfortable, I guess, in front of the camera?
Probably, yeah. I think doing ads with the agency that I work with a little bit has kind of given me a little bit of shift in that direction. And being around Dale for so long and doing certain things with him where they're pre-taped, that any of those Hellman's deals we did, that stuff helped me as well. But it's just not something I seek. I don't need it, but it's fun to do because it does help me kind of peel back a layer or something. I don't know how you would really describe it.
Danny wants to know, you guys talk a lot about music. So if you could only listen to your favorite song forever or never hear it again, but just keep discovering new music, which one are you picking? So favorite song forever or never listen to it
never
again?
Hear it again.
Never hear it again.
That's pretty easy, I
Really?
think. Yeah, that's a pretty easy one.
Wow.
I feel like even if it's your favorite song, everything starts to torture you after a certain amount of time, right?
I think there's the odds that you might find a new favorite song.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you're listening to new music all the time.
When's the last time you think you've updated your favorite song when people ask you?
I have a rotating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I do. And it's dependent upon the person asking.
Really?
I'm I'm not sure if you're ready for this. I might give you this one.
He plays to his crowd.
Yeah, I don't think you're ready for the one I really want to tell you. I don't trust you to appreciate it.
So is Eminence
He just
Front
doesn't want your judgment, is what it really is.
So is Eminence Front your real favorite song, or is that just...
I'm no, there's a song that I like, and I'm I don't think you're going to appreciate it the way I do, so I'm going to tell you something else.
I'm going to tell you what you want to hear.
Wow.
What?
That's I'm questioning which group I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I think the more I get to know you, the more I trust you with that type of knowledge.
Okay. That's very, very secretive knowledge.
Man, somebody takes themselves too seriously.
When you first meet me, living on a prayer, man, that's my favorite. Then it's some really obscure
deep,
down the line.
Deep, dark stuff.
Yeah,
5 years down the road, you're whoa, this is...
I mean, there is some truth. I guess you can't really hit him with I like bodies. I can't really hit him with that. Something aggressive, but that's...
You're a level 1. You get this song.
You're going to get this when we get to know each other. Hey, I lied.
Well, it's this obscure artist from Canada. This is a B-side song from 1998. And they'll be well, you lost me when you said obscure.
Yes, so sorry I
I'm
asked.
not. Yeah, I'm I asked.
It's off the beaten path, independent. Yeah, I get that. Next question is from Bella, kind of the same, along the same lines. Would you rather travel to the past and meet your ancestors, or travel to the future and meet your descendants?
Ooh, future descendants. For me.
Holy smokes.
We already know what happened in the history, right? The
Yeah.
history of your family, where they were, what their names were, what they looked like. We're privy enough to know even what they sounded like. We're talking about
I'm
Ralph.
going to the
He's
past.
going to the past. I want to see what my great grandchildren look like and what life looks like. You know what I mean?
Scary, though.
think the odds of you going there and being so freaking
Pissed off.
or so
Yeah.
high.
Why?
Gosh, I mean that you could be very pleasantly surprised, but you're knowing how you are as a parent, how my parents were, how we are as parents, how my parents were. We're going to go forward into the future and get there and go, why in the hell did y'all do this?
Well, maybe they need me.
Why are you wearing that? You know, we're just going
Why is no one wearing clothes? Where
What
are all the clothes?
Yeah, I don't know what the future holds, but I'm not sure that I'm ready for it. And so I'd like to go into the past and be like, man, you boys ain't going to believe this.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know what's about to happen. Let me tell you some things. You know,
The Back to the Future series were
Yeah.
some of my favorite movies. So
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, yes, going forward was frustrating for the whole scenario, right? Like in that movie in particular.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
going back to the Wild West
going
was
back would be fun because you kind of know enough to keep yourself out of trouble,
Yeah.
you know? And
I just don't think I'd be able to survive.
let me ask y'all this, though.
Like an old rough life.
Has the Back to the Future movies, if you went back in time, right, and you go, are you like nervous about like upsetting the path,
The algorithm
algorithm?
of life.
No. I'd take full
Would you buy the
advantage of my
almanac and
knowledge.
take it back with you?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not so much that. I'm talking about your own descendant, your direct. If you go back in time and you're like, hey, you're hanging out with your fifth great grandfather or whatever,
It might change
five
your
generations
children,
ago,
your own children's lives.
and you convince them to do something that you think's pointless or meaningless in the moment, but it changes the entire path of the family. You know, would you worry about that? Or would
No. Because like I have good intentions,
Yeah.
I think. And then if somebody else down the line screws it up, well, it's not technically on
Well,
me.
you know, like he went back and he almost like erased his
Yeah, he almost
brother and
screwed his
sister.
whole
Like he
family
screwed
up.
the whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would suck.
That would
But,
suck.
I don't know.
I'm
man.
going forward. I think we've decided forward, backwards.
We talked about time
Not
travel on
shocked.
here, didn't we?
We,
A little bit.
Of course, we've talked about time travel and
Yeah.
aliens and
Yeah.
Bigfoot and all the things. You know, everything's
Yeah.
on the table.
Well, what era would you go back to?
I mean, that's hard to do.
I know.
Yeah.
It is.
What generation of your what part of your family's history would you want to visit?
Yeah.
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 Specifically? Damn.
See, because I don't think you can go back too far to where there's no like cars on the road or anything like that. I'd still like to have like the Model T or something.
Oh my gosh.
You want to
You're
go
a
way
bougie
back?
Yeah,
back
right?
traveler.
Way back.
I would
need some
probably
modern
Bubonic
amenities.
plague era.
So the Earnhardts traveled from Germany to Pennsylvania on a ship, and I think I'd like to kind of. I know as soon as I got there, I'd be like, "Get me the hell out of here," but I think I'd kind of want to go back and see what they were, what was up, you know, what was
Like
going
coming
on.
over?
Huh?
Coming over from
Yeah,
Germany?
coming over, and what happened when they got here? They get off the boat, and somebody was sitting at a desk, and we're like, "What's your last name?" And they wrote it down, and they gave them 200 acres or something like that. They gave them a plot of land and said, "All right, go to your land, do what you do."
Mm-hmm.
I'd kind of want to know what all that process was like, because we kind of have it in our minds what you imagine it would be like, but big moments like that, because the Earnhardt name was spelled so differently in Germany, but they got off the boat and they told the person sitting there was they had to get off the boat, they had to pledge their allegiance to the Queen to be able to be citizens and be granted access to this property that was being given out. And the person wrote their name down as they heard it, and that's how the Earnhardt name changed.
It was Aaron Hart.
Yeah, it changed because that's how that person writing it heard it, who was probably not German. They were just a person, right, that was tasked to do that for that day. And then the name changed in the ledger
That's pretty common.
from there on, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I want to be there. Hey, whoa, you wrote that wrong.
That's funny.
You
Yeah.
spelled that wrong.
That'd be cool to see. Like, yeah. It's kind of funny that we put it like that there's just somebody who
And
was
you know
just,
how people talk back then? Could you imagine being around all those people?
no, you'd get
being
put in
as-
jail. They wouldn't
being
let you
as
hang out
smart-assy
just
and-
free willy nilly on the street. They'd lock you up.
yeah. Well, I think it's just funny that there's some guy that was his task for that day, and if he cared, he would write it down right. If he didn't,
Oh no, he was gonna see hundreds of people coming off these boats. And he's just like, yeah, whatever. Right,
Yeah,
whatever.
this is your name now.
How many you got with you? Okay, one child.
Next question's from Debbie. She saw Dale tweet out a picture that you guys got engaged 10 years ago yesterday, I believe, or so. Was there something you did on your wedding day that you'd recommend every bride do?
Oh,
Probably not on the wedding day, because we didn't really I regret not seeing him before the wedding. He didn't want to do that. I regret not getting more pictures and stuff like that before, because we got married later in the evening and all of our pictures are dark. I regret not having that first looks thing, because we didn't do engagement photos or anything. We have no pictures otherwise. But that's really the only reason. The surprise of seeing each other was fabulous. When
you told me that there was, I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was something about the being around your family, your girls, your girlfriends and all that. Something about that you might have absorbed more fully. I can't remember what it was, but you told me, you were like, man, there was this thing that happened or this experience that was going on that I wish I would have really took in better. I can't remember what that was, but I remember you talking about that. But
I don't know. There was a lot going on our wedding day.
I would advise, if your wife, no matter what your wife says or your wife to be says, I would advise against seeing her before the wedding, because it would be great either way, surely, but not. I was in a room with my buddies, and we were all hanging out, and they're cleaning everybody's neck up. They had a couple girls in there that they're trimming and carrying on and ripping out our nose hairs and all that. And
the full spa experience.
Oh boy, they put that hot glue in your nose right up in here.
Hot glue.
And we had these little popsicle sticks. Had these little popsicle sticks hanging out for like 5 minutes, and then they come out and rip them out.
Oh.
And you're like, hell yeah! I mean, it hurts, but you're like, hair's gone. No more tickling. So all that was so much fun, and then you move on from that, and you're standing on that stage, and everybody's in the room, and the next thing you're going to see is Amy, or your wife. And it was, if I had seen her an hour or two before, that moment might have been different.
Yeah.
And I will never forget I'm not saying that shit just because she's sitting here. I will never, ever be able to replicate the feeling I had when she turned the corner and faced me and started coming down that aisle. There's no feeling like it. So I would try your best to hold off. I went and stayed in the tree house, to stay away from her and not be, and try to really, and that was awesome. That was so cool to be able to, have that feeling and it be so genuine. I'm not sure it would have been the same. It would have still been good, but not quite as perfect.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I had a friend do first reveal pictures, what they call it. And it was 4 hours before the wedding. And it kind of felt like the actual walking down the aisle part wasn't as maybe special for even the spectators, because you're not.
Yeah.
He's
For
not
the guy,
I've seen it where they take the pictures where you're separated by something, so you don't have to actually see each other, but you
That
have
would've drove me
pictures where there's
crazy.
daylight.
Yeah.
So that's just the only thing I regret, not having more photos. We have plenty of photos, but it's party scene stuff. We had a great,
big,
amazing wedding.
We had two
so
parties.
many people. It was New Year's Eve.
We
so
got married and then had 2 back-to-back parties.
the wedding reception,
Yes.
doors open, you went into another space, and then we had the New Year's party. So it was
true, because
a really awesome time.
Y'all, I can't drive this point home. We had the reception, which had a stage, a band, Congo line, dancing, drinking. Felt like that was an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then a curtain fell and there was a ballroom, and it was New Year's Eve party.
Yeah, so you walked through and went into a whole different space.
I've raised a
disco balls
lot
everywhere.
of hell.
Yeah.
Partied my ass off. But I've never had a back-to-back party. That's an amazing idea. Y'all, we're going to party our ass off and then immediately start again and have a totally different party. That's something we need to try to replicate.
That's tough too.
Maybe on our 10th anniversary, we'll have another New Year's party.
A back-to-back party. That's interesting. People in the chat now want you to list off your top 3 favorite parties.
Oh,
that's hard.
That might
It is
be
hard. Key West. I don't know. No, our wedding night was the best one for sure.
There's been some fun parties.
This next one, also advice from Brooke. She needs help. She's breaking up with this guy. And she's only been on 3 dates with him, and she just doesn't see it go anywhere. But her question is, do I even need to break up with him, or can I just ghost him?
I would say ghosting is like the easy way out, but also you're going to feel guilty about doing that. I would just tell him like, hey, this isn't working. I think you're great, but let's just be friends.
3 dates though.
That feels like an easy.
Yeah.
After 3 dates, how connected are we?
That's what I'm saying.
Clearly they're not.
Easier to ghost there. Like you just not. They kind of get the hint.
But that's just so rude. Like, why are we doing that?
I have some advice in this.
Take her to the axe throwing thing.
Nope.
Or
I just have a motto.
Okay.
This isn't something I would have written on the thought board. It actually does. It works across. It works for everything.
Okay.
The hardest thing to do is usually the right route to take.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like, if you say, it's easy just to say screw it, not call them, just going about my life. Yes, that is the easy way to do it. But the best way to do it is usually the hardest way.
And it's good for your character.
It'd be the most uncomfortable and awkward, but it's the right way.
You're going to feel better about just, even if it's just a text message, you can send that and just be done with it. I send it and block him. Like, at least you said something.
Block him. I mean, that's hard.
Rude.
He won't know.
Rude.
Mute him, block him, whatever.
Oh my God.
Broke up with him and blocked
It just depends on what this poor
I got
fellow.
dumped and blocked. Double whammy.
At least it's better than being
God
ghosted with
almighty,
no
Amy.
answers.
It's just a bad day. I didn't do anything
Man, that
bad.
would break my heart. That'd rip my heart out.
Your heart's already broken, I think.
I
Either
know,
way.
but you like ripped it out and then you stomped on it. You didn't have to block me. I wasn't going to harass you.
Oh my God. Well, maybe
Golly.
he will. I
Holy
feel that's a
Wait for that.
situation
Wait
she's
for
going
the
to have to deal
harassment.
with that.
Wait for the harassment before you go block. I mean, if you break up with somebody and then they're calling you 2 days later going, man, kind of can you rethink this? That's when you say, all right, nope, gonna have to block you. I told you I didn't want anything to do with this. Not interested. I'm moving on.
I don't know. I feel like it's better to sever it all together. If
Jeez.
you have said your piece, which you absolutely should do.
Are you gonna?
And if you wait to get a response and he's like, okay, cool, then maybe you don't block. But what's the point? Or just delete his contact. I don't know.
Amy's gonna break up with you, block you, and then get a restraining order.
yeah.
Listen, when I move on, I am moved on.
I want to see it, hear him. I don't want to
Hear about
ever
it,
see that
smell
again.
it, sniff it, look at it.
Yeah.
No.
The next question is from Jordan. My kids are going back to school for the first time. It's back to school time. How can I prepare for that moment watching them get on the bus and drive away?
Ooh. That is always scary and unnerving, watching your child go to school for the first time. Dale and I we didn't have to use the bus. And so when we dropped Isla off for preschool the very first time, it was during COVID and everybody had masks on. And like they literally came to the car and took her out of the car seat. I think everyone was traumatized. Dale and I sat in the parking lot and cried. Do you remember that? He didn't want to leave her. I'm like, she's got to go at some point because we delayed her going anyway because I was pregnant with Nicole. So she went in January. It wasn't even like this time of year.
Oh, wow.
But it was traumatic.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters what the scenario is. You are always like a little unnerved by that. But, they're usually pretty okay. And they're more resilient. Like they're going to get to school and have a great time. Yeah. And you're the only one that's really sad.
Yeah.
It's fine.
The one thing that I've learned is they will get out of the car or get on the bus and they may be like melting down.
Yeah.
Melting down. And you're thinking in your eyes, you're thinking, this is how they're going to be all day. And this is just this is the emotion they'll feel till they get back. Not true.
The day is ruined.
Dude, and they're going to hop on that bus or they're going to get out of the car and go into that classroom. And in 5 minutes, they are like,
totally
they
fine.
have forgotten it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even, they're on to another thing. And that's a distant memory. But you're still sitting in the car going, are they going to be okay?
Yeah. Half the time they're feeding off of your energy, and that's why they get emotional to begin with,
That's why, so Amy would take Isla, and Isla would always take it, manipulate Amy and get emotional.
She still does it. I can't do school drop-off line.
Amy has a hard time,
well, I'm not
diffusing.
Soft. I'm like, get out of the car. We're not doing this. It's embarrassing. We're holding the whole line up. Get out of the car. And that would make her melt down more.
But
and for some reason, she just hops right out of Dale's truck.
Well, so that's the ride in You have to play the right music. You have to ask the right questions. And if you're looking, I can look in the mirror and see Isla's eyes and tell if she's starting to get sad or get nervous or get anxious or worried. And you got to start popping questions or, hey, if you turn on some music, she's going to love, start singing just to change her thought.
Dale's MO to it to get her excited about something that's going to happen after school or the next day or this weekend. Look forward to something else.
True.
To just distract her from her mind because she'll kind of spiral downward and it's hard to get her out. And I'm not good at that.
That's the way I operate in my mind is if I have something I'm nervous about or dreading or not looking forward to, I look at the thing past it. I look at the thing in front, beyond it that I am excited about and go, well, I can go through this.
That's happening next.
I can do this because this thing's out there in front of me. And Tim Duggar's the same way as a buddy of mine. And me and him both, we always need a thing to look forward to.
Yeah.
The next nibble.
Yeah.
What's happening next?
Dude, when I there's sometimes, it's rare, but there's sometimes when there's nothing out there in front of you and you're like, man, I'm depressed. Why am I so depressed?
I find that to be peaceful.
No, I need a thing to look forward to. I don't care if it's you and me for a couple hours on the boat, in out in front on a Friday. I don't care if it's a trip to Key West. It doesn't have to be. It can be giant. It can be something small, insignificant. But I need a thing. I have to have something I can look at.
I make the things I'm making dinner. And I'm going to serve dinner over here and we're going to put candles out. We're going to have a candlelight dinner. And they do that for the kids, especially when you're gone to make it just fun.
I need to look at my calendar and see a physical thing on there that makes me go, hell yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I'll do anything you want me to do, all the work and things and travel and whatever, because I'm going there and I'm doing this when it's all over, right?
But back to your question, they're going to be fine. The bus ride's going to be fine. And you should plan something for yourself that morning, like a brunch, even with another parent, or go get your nails done, or I don't know who this is asking. Is it a girl or guy?
I don't know.
Just find something to busy your time so get your mind off of it too, because your child's going to be fine.
Isla's in second grade.
Yeah.
Today was day one.
Oh, okay.
She gets out of the car, looks at, there's an individual that has opened the door for her. She gets out, looks up and goes, first day of second grade. Grabs her back, starts hauling ass to the classroom.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is different from
Last
2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we were not getting out of the car.
Every single drop off was
hard.
Is she going to get out? Is she going to get out?
Is she going to cry? Is she going to get out?
Yeah.
So it hasn't gotten better as she's gotten older.
Oh yeah.
She's very extra with her emotions. Nicole pieced out the very first day. She didn't look back.
Yeah.
So, it just depends on the kid.
If you have a kid that is emotional like Isla was, it's probably a 2 week, maybe a month max of a bit of a struggle. It eventually goes away. They get for them. They make friends.
Confident.
Yeah, they make friends in classroom. I can't wait to see Kate. I want to sleep over with her, and I want to see this friend and that. And they start looking forward to getting with their buddies.
Yeah, that's all. How about you guys? You got any back to school memories from when you guys were a kid? Do you remember how you were?
The only back to school or drop off line memory I have, because we lived so close to the elementary school. Dad would just pick us up and he'd walk us home. Usually Mom would drop us off in the morning, go to work, and then Dad would pick us up and we would just walk home, which was fun.
Yeah.
One morning, Mom was dropping me off and she had an old Camaro. What year do you remember that? Do you remember the Camaro sitting in the garage?
No.
70?
Yeah, 72. 76.
80?
Yeah, something in the 70s.
Yeah. So I slammed my finger in the door, getting out. My thumb, like I couldn't even pull it out. They had to get out. She had to get out of the car and undo the door latch. It was stuck right there in the latch. And so we had a substitute teacher that day. And I remember this mean lady not even letting me go to the nurse's office. And my finger was bleeding. It was purple. And the fingernail eventually even fell off. And my dad came up there to pick me up and lit that lady up. He was so mad. And that's the only memory I have of that. Oh, I have one more. Chewing, I think I've said this one before. I was chewing some peanut M&Ms. Same car, I think. And one of my teeth fell out and I chomped it thinking it was a peanut.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I didn't hear that. That's crazy.
Both traumatic.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
You'll probably have that happen again when you get old.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, that's gross. Jessica is our next question. This is a good one. Apparently, there's a new dating app in her city for dog lovers. So you can like post their dog, and that's how you match with each other, I guess. So she's wondering, what kind of dogs would you think would be a red flag for a guy to own?
Ooh, I don't think that any of them. Do you think a dog, any type of a breed, is a red flag?
Kinda. What is like if there's like a big old guy with like a little tiny like Shih Tzu or something, you're
What
kind
if
of
he
like,
rescued it? If they just don't, you kind of end up looking like your dog. So maybe, like that would be odd.
Yeah.
They do say like you picked something that like matches you.
Like I feel like a man should have a masculine dog. You know what I mean? Like no. If they show up and no, I struggle with that one.
You're like, what happened here, and why did you end up?
Why do
with
you
that
have
tiny
this little
dog?
tiny like? I don't know. What's another little tiny like a Shih Tzu,
A
like that's what-
Pomeranian or a
Pomeranian.
Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, babe. And you're like, shouldn't you have like a lab
Is that
or
your
like
grandmother's dog?
Yes, it better be. Or his.
Is he using his grandmother's dog to get dates? Yeah.
That has happened way more than not.
There's people doing that.
Yeah.
On that, for
You
sure.
guys don't have small little tiny girly dogs, do you?
No, I have a lab.
See, a lab or like a German Shepherd or something
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
tough.
I know a guy who's like, he was a big buff dude, like 6'4", built nice. He had that little terrier just like on his
Like a little,
hand, and he was showing it around to girls in bars. And I thought it was a real
yeah.
cheap way to do that, but I was like, that's not gonna work. Like, who wants
She
a little
loves a
yapper?
dog, but she's not going to go home with him.
She's going to
Yeah.
hold your dog for you while you're at the bar, but
Yeah.
she's not going to go home with you.
No,
Right,
exactly. A golden retriever that just comes up and like lays on its
Yes.
back. That's what you want.
Like,
Yeah.
who's the guy on TikTok that's got that big dog that like he travels with? It's like a sheepdog. Have you ever seen that?
No.
And he like puts it in his backpack and like travels with
Oh,
this
I
big
have
old
seen that.
sheepdog.
Like he hikes with him on his
I'm
back.
like, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
That is cool. Yeah. What about if he owns like a cat or something?
Dale had cats. He also had dogs, but yeah, he's like an animal lover in general.
Yeah.
They were big cats, like huge, a Maine Coon and a Manx. Like they were giant cats.
Oh, those are kind of cool
Yeah,
cats. though.
they were neat.
Would be the coolest animal that you go over like and he's got?
Honestly, a dog.
Really, a dog would be it.
If a guy's got like lizards and snakes and stuff like that, I'm out.
You know what Clint wants? A kangaroo.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm like, what? Because we need it. But I think that's kind of cool.
I mean, what if it kicks you?
Well,
You're done
You got
for.
kicked by a kangaroo.
yes. But wouldn't that be cool to be like, hey, here's my kangaroo? I mean, it's kind
That
of
is
cool,
the most
right?
Clint wants ever.
I know. And I was like,
Kangaroo.
where the heck
Can you
do
have
even-
kangaroos in North
I
Carolina?
don't know. I don't know. That's a great question. We do not have any kangaroos, but he's like, let's get some kangaroos.
If anybody around has a kangaroo, Clint Boyer really wants one.
I don't even know. If
Watch
it's
out,
okay.
Laura. They're going to show up.
We're going to
out
show
of
up
the
with like
truck.
3 kangaroos.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna
yeah.
be fighting in the backyard.
So that would be kind of cool if you like went on a first date and he's like, you want to meet my kangaroos?
yeah, right.
I'm like, yeah,
Kind
That'd
of.
kind of.
awesome.
So excited. Alex also wants a kangaroo.
I'm a kangaroo now too. Yeah,
See?
I did one of those drive-through safaris one time, and a zebra came up to the door, and that was the coolest thing ever. I mean, maybe because I had food and they weren't too violent, but I'm like, imagine you just like, you want to see my zebra, and this
Yeah.
thing's just walking around your backyard.
Zebras
kinda
are less
cool.
scary, I feel like. Because
Aren't
they're
they
just like a
dangerous
horse.
though?
I've heard they're dangerous. yeah.
I think they're really dangerous.
Yeah.
I feel like a kangaroo would be more scary than a zebra, but I don't really know what I'm talking about. It's just my assumption.
Yeah, kangaroos and dogs, I don't think mix. Like they try to fight each other,
Right.
Oh.
and they're strong kangaroos. But I feel like you can just punch them and they'll let go. That's what I've seen.
Would you really need to get in a fist fight with your pet? Like
You kangaroo,
we're doing?
they stand up. They'll box with you a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, they will.
that would be so weird.
Oh no.
Like looking at you eye level, like put them up.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest. If I had a kangaroo, I'd try to box it every day.
Maybe we'll get you a kangaroo.
I feel
think
like
we
you really
should.
need one.
That's my new favorite animal. I think. If Junebug or Gus could talk, what would you ask them?
If Junebug could talk, I would want to know why he can't stop peeing on my carpet.
Yeah.
He decorates it like it's his.
No kidding. That kid, he does. He pees all over the floor.
That's really his only flaw.
I spend every day of my life, probably multiple times a day, seeing if there's pee on the floor.
Yeah, there's certain areas of the house too. He does it. Now that he's gotten older, he will just pee on the hardwoods or the tile too. Like
At least
he
he's
just
gotten a little
sprays it all
better
over the
about
house.
Yeah, he's not peeing in the.
Which I prefer, like instead of peeing all over the carpet, it's easier to clean up. But you have to be careful walking through any transition space in our house that he might have peed there just because
I'll
you're
be.
getting ready to
Yeah.
leave. Like you put your shoes on, he's like, okay, peeing on the floor.
1 out of 10 days, you're stepping in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
then you're hopping on one leg to try to get to the towel.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I would ask Gus
Why he growls at you?
why he growls. Yeah.
specifically at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? That's a
So-
good one.
If Gus is tired, he's like,
Gus is very
get away from me.
moody. Like most times, I can pet him, hug on him, love on him, and he likes it. And he wags his tail. And then the other times, at 40% of the time, you'll go over there and go, "Rrrr."
Yeah. Just
He's
like,
just kind of
low,
low,
like, just
grumble,
get off of
like,
me.
"Ugh."
Grumpy.
I just love to know, like, hey, what's the deal?
He's always been like a very vocal dog. Like it's almost like they used to talk to each other.
He is not a dog.
He would like, oh, like he'd howl and make
Yeah,
his
we used to-
noises. And now he
we
didn't
used
do
to talk
that. He
to
just
him.
growls at you.
He used to. He's not a dog that's going to run in. Like, if you came in the door, he's not going to run up to you
And greet you.
and greet you and lick your hand or, like, you know,
Yeah.
hey, who are you?
Yeah.
You know, he's going to bark, get mad.
He's attacking the door to make sure you're intruding.
He's coming after you.
Yeah.
But then as soon as he recognizes you're okay, you're not threatened, he's back to the couch.
Yeah.
But
He's just
Unbothered.
bothered.
And I can't, like, this is the only thing the one thing I wish was different about him is, like, I want him to jump on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to, if he
He
was
wants
in,
a 100-pound dog.
if
to
he's
just
in the
jump up on
floor
him.
and I said, come here, Gus, I want him to come climb up on me.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the other night I was going to tell you, I got this head cold when I was with my buddies. So Amy's been sleeping downstairs.
Because I don't have time to get
She don't want to get sick.
No.
So Gus tried to get in the bed the other night.
in my spot? What?
Yeah,
You lie.
I swear.
Did you help him?
No. He put both paws up there.
Are you sure he wasn't just looking for me?
I mean, I don't think so. He was trying to get up. And he was, he's doing that thing where he's trying to figure out what to do with his back leg,
Yeah.
how to get it to where he can get in the bed. And he couldn't get up there. I should have helped him get in, but I
should've.
thought he'd go and growl at me. I'd go over there and try to help him and go,
Yeah,
you
snarl
know?
at you.
Yeah. So I was like, dang, there's a little bit of old Gus,
Yeah, a little bit.
young Gus trying to get in the bed. He used to jump in the bed and sleep at the end of the bed.
He's so tall. He used to just like stick his butt up there first and then push his front legs off and then just like he'd be spooning with you.
Yeah.
But he can't do that anymore. He's got arthritis in his back legs. That's probably what.
Both of our dogs are old.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Damn.
They're great.
Yeah, they are.
But I'm glad they can't talk, to be honest. I don't think Junebug would ever shut up.
Sure.
That's pretty accurate. I feel like.
Junebug, though, has lost his hearing.
Really?
Entirely.
Really? Wow.
You can sneak right up on him.
He's not like got any left.
Really?
And so his barks changed when he lost. So he had a stroke and he lost his hearing. I don't know that he lost anything else, but we do know his hearing's gone entirely. And so his barks changed pitch
Wow.
because he can't hear himself.
Yeah. That's funny, actually.
So his barks have like a little back end.
A little raspier.
His barks will go, he used to bark like a regular dog, and now he goes bar. It's weird. He's got a back. Yeah. Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one from Sally. If you had to swap lives with anyone for a day, who would it be? But keep in mind, they get to be you as well.
I want
Lives.
to swap with Dale. I want to see what it's like to just, do whatever.
Yeah.
Sleep on
Do
the
whatever.
couch. Yeah.
All right.
I don't think that I really like.
Once she climbed into my head, she would scream to get out. Let me out of here. This is terrifying.
Well, I might not be up your ass so much if I knew how scary it was in there. I don't know. I'm scared to like say anybody important, which would be a cool vantage point, like maybe Taylor Swift for a day.
Yeah.
I want to see how the access feels. You know what I mean? Like truly, like everything's available.
Yeah.
I don't know. Being the Queen of England would have been cool for a day. Same thing.
Yeah.
Like put all the jewels on
All the jewels.
all at once.
Yeah. I would take like a bird.
A bird?
Yeah. Just go
What
fly
in the
around,
world?
see what I do.
What are we doing?
Just want to see what I do.
You're just a bird. Just
You said anyone.
Yeah. Well,
You're picking
I'd
at things on
change
the
it a
ground.
bit.
Is this food? Is this not food? Is this
Well,
food? Is this
no,
not food?
I would do that. I would just fly all day.
That's what I see birds doing.
You know what I
Is this
woke up
food?
to?
Nope, not food.
You could
This
just
food?
wherever
Nope.
you
Yep,
want.
that's food. Okay,
I mean,
well, that's edible. It's
You
not
know
really
what I
food.
woke
but
up to
it's-
this morning? I let Gus out and I'm like, oh, there's a dead bird on the porch. Is that a bad omen?
well, if you swapped places
They're
with
just
like
gonna
a bird and
I'm
it died.
All right.
Oh my! Now
We'll
you're
scoot
Dale.
over. I'm
Now
gonna
you're
move
just
over
Dale
a few
again.
feet. That was Bob. That wasn't me.
Are you a bird of prey at least?
I was just thinking a bird that flies. I wasn't being picky.
He wasn't being picky.
Might be a seagull. might be a crow. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Man.
Nothing,
Yeah.
Dale. He just wants to be Dale.
I would probably want to be. I'd probably want to be something. Somebody that was adventurous. We talked about sailing earlier in the show. Somebody like an expert at that. I've always been curious of sailing, and what having the confidence to even go do that out in the open ocean with the dangers that all that presents. But like climbing Everest, right? If you were somebody who was an expert at that type of thing, like to be in there, to live that experience of climbing one of those mountains and
So you could probably do that if you just train for it.
So that's it.
But he can't be a bird.
No.
Who says?
Yeah, I mean it's doable, but I would want to like plop into the body and mind of a person that knew everything already and was
Got it.
like, I'm the expert.
Let's go.
Okay.
I don't want to go through the process of becoming.
Oh,
good
you're
at
a lazy Everest climber.
We were asked who we'd swap lives with. Now I'm a lazy SOB.
I said Everest climber. I never said
My
SOB.
goodness.
Next question's from Herval. He said, my girlfriend told me if I make it obvious that I'm about to propose, she'll be pissed. Any advice on how to handle that or keep it a surprise?
Ooh, keeping it a surprise is really important. I know that feels like such pressure for a guy. It is a lot of pressure, and it should be because it's a big moment. I think the only way to make it a surprise is to not make it such a big visual experience. You know what I mean? Like some people set up flowers and they have a photographer there. Like that's very obvious that you're about to have a big moment.
When
you
they
know?
walk in, yeah.
Yeah, your mom's there. Why is your mom all of a sudden standing there? So the element of surprise isn't that hard if you just don't overthink it. Dale shocked me with ours. We were in a church on a genealogy trip, and it had nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? And he asked me to marry him in the church, and so I just wasn't expecting that at all. I don't think it's that hard, right?
No.
Just don't overdo it. Don't overdo the day. Like make it just a simple, heartfelt moment.
Yeah, I don't know if this needs to be something you have to tell somebody, but it only needs to be like it doesn't have to be at a
On the side of a mountain.
I'm just like it doesn't have to be during an event or a moment, and it doesn't have to be around anybody. Like it just
It shouldn't anyway.
Yeah, that moment can be just you and her, right?
Yeah.
And so like, if someone happens to be there that could be a witness, that's cool because then they can tell the story, but that's not necessary. But so it just needs to be y'all two, and it can be really anywhere. And it can be in a new place. Doesn't have to be in a place that's like, oh, I want to do it here because this is connected.
Yeah, I think that's going to tee her up a little bit
We
too.
don't. Yeah, it doesn't have make this place a new place that's now somewhere you'll want to go
Special, yeah.
in the future because that's where this happened, right? And so, and it can be it can be a tropical vacation spot. It could be anywhere. You go to Europe, to a country you've wanted to visit all your life, and you just happen to go take this trip, and you could do it there. Because once you've done that thing in that spot, now that spot
That's
is
your
somewhere
spot.
you're going to want to go to.
Sure.
You're going to want to go back to it. So make it being a new spot, being this new part.
Take notes, Alex.
No.
Yeah.
No.
A lot of people think like they need to do it in a place that's connected to them or connected to that person. Is that right? A lot of people.
Yeah, like a special place.
Well, they're trying to find something that makes
Yeah.
it special.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is,
They're-
what's happening is the special thing. So it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be connected to any
Yeah.
other way. Yeah.
What I'm seeing a lot on like with nowadays is the girls are very worried about what they're wearing when they get proposed
Yeah,
to.
because
Oh,
everybody's
sure.
taking pictures.
Yeah.
And I get that. So like to that point, Kelly asked me that morning when I was getting ready, she's like, do you ever like coordinate y'all's outfits on trips so that your pictures look pretty? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, what are you wearing? And I showed her and she's like, oh, that's perfect. And then she ran
That's
off and I was
okay.
like, I wasn't
I wasn't
was too
wearing
hungover to
anything.
catch it, really.
I was wearing like this.
And he, yeah, well, like I'm going to try to coordinate outfits with this man, right? No.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. Don't overthink it. It'll be
Don't
fine.
overdo it.
And just surprise the out of her
Good
with
advice.
something simple.
Good advice. From Cleo, me and my boyfriend just moved in together, and we are arguing about this. What's the correct number of pillows on the bed?
Dale and I don't agree. He only wants the pillows he's going to sleep on, and I, as an interior designer, like wanted to decorate and make our bed look nice. He also doesn't even like the bed made up, so I don't know. Maybe they'll never agree on that. I obviously lost that battle. So
What?
because he would just like take him and like kick him off onto the floor, and then all the pretty nice things are laid all
There
over
is
the
a
floor
bed-
for the
there is
dog
a-
to lay on or
There's
whatever.
a pillow in our bedroom floor next to my side of the bed that's been there for 4 days.
Yeah, so we go through this battle sometimes of, and they're king size pillows you can sleep on, but we have too many, and some of them are more firm than others, and some of them are just super squishy. So like, I don't know which ones he wants.
And I have these. So that we have this blanket, and the last 2 weeks I've slept on top of the comforter.
Yeah, so I like sleeping under the feather blanket, like as a
feather blanket,
normal
the
human
cover.
would. Yes,
Whatever, yeah.
the bedding.
The bedding.
And Dale will only sleep under this Lola blanket. Everybody knows what these things are now, these big, fuzzy, heavy.
Comfortable.
And so,
Perfect.
but he'll lay on top of the cover underneath the Lola blanket. So, like, I can't pull the covers because his 200-pound ass is like laying on it.
185.
100.
Okay.
So much weight. Can't pull it. Well, with the blanket, it's 200. He's mad now.
Oh my gosh.
He's too heavy for me to pull my covers. So, yeah, we never really have agreed on that.
Yeah.
Good luck.
No, I think the I'm real weird about the weight of the blanket. And so if I'm sleeping on my back and my feet are up, I don't like the blanket to be heavy on my toes. And I don't like the sheets so tucked into the bed that it's like my toes are like smashed up in there.
You don't want to feel like you're in a womb.
No. And so I get in, like you go into the hotel, and the first thing I do when I get in bed in the hotel is get down in the bed and lay on the mattress and kick my feet and pull the sheet out from under the mattress to get my feet like free.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, geez. Yeah, so they can do what they need.
He does
'Cause
that
I'm-
at home too.
Yeah. And on the bed, I want the bare minimum. I want to be warm and cuddle and all that bullshit, but I don't need more blanket than I need. If I need a sheet, good blanket, nothing else. I don't like sheet blanket comforter, and the comforter, I don't like it thick and fluffy and taking up all the room. It's like it takes up the whole room.
It does not.
So I like a thin top comforter and a sheet. And
I'm not going to go to that. So
I hate
you're
making
going to
the
have your
bed.
blanket. I'm going to have my blanket.
I
And
hate
then-
making the bed, so I'll either leave the bed unmade or never get in the bed and just sleep on top of the comforter with the blanket. So
I don't understand
I don't
that.
like making a bed. So if I don't have to make it, I won't either make the bed. But now I'm married to you, so the bed has to get made, and so I won't unmake the bed.
You don't make the bed.
I know.
You just get mad because I make it up.
No, I just don't like a made bed.
I don't understand that. If you went into a hotel room and the bed wasn't made, you'd be
Well,
like,
that's gross because somebody else slept in it. But it's my bed I slept in. So it is. When I walk, it's like, all right, here's what it is. It's like I find you more attractive wearing a silly $10 t-shirt with no makeup. That's your most attractive state, right?
okay.
You would not agree with that. You like to get in makeup and getting in nice clothes and all that. But I find you most attractive in the most stripped down, simple state. And so when I walk into the bedroom, the unmade bed looks way more comfortable to jump into than the made bed.
Oh, so I totally disagree. I find a pleasure in like pulling back the crisp sheets and like crawling in and everything's like perfectly laid out and even. Like
The
it
made
makes me feel
bed
good.
is restricted. I know I'm going to pull the sheets back, but they're going to still be tucked under and my feet are going to be smashed all down in the bottom. And I have to just completely destroy the bed to get comfortable.
Yeah, that's not something that 5'3" person has to worry about. My
And
feet
I
aren't.
don't need other pillow. I need a pillow for my head and another pillow to throw my leg over or to kind of like cuddle with. I don't need a third pillow. You want 3 pillows?
You asked me for the third pillow.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because you wanted to be able to sit up and look at your iPad, and the other two weren't cutting it.
Oh, My bad. That's my fault.
So it just sits in the cubby
Yeah.
just in case, I guess.
I don't know. We have in our camper, this tiny little, what was that? A full bed, full mattress?
It's tiny. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you got pillows everywhere and the comforter and it's all this big fluffy
Sounds amazing.
taking up the room.
Sounds like a cloud. He's very particular, clearly. I would say it just
Yeah, we got into this one.
let it ride.
The chat goes anywhere from 2 to 4 pillows. That'd go
Yeah.
back to the original
2 to 4,
question.
2 to 4.
Yeah, that's
like
fine.
just the pillows you sleep on.
We go into Isla's room, drives me crazy. Isla sleeps on her bed one way.
She's got lots of knickknacks and lots of little things sitting everywhere.
There's 51 stuffed
Stuffies.
animals
Yeah.
to get out of the way before she can climb into bed. And then her bed gets made with the pillows on one end and she sleeps with her head on the other. So every night we got to move the pillows
We're
to the other.
recreating.
Yeah, we got to recreate her bed for her to sleep in it.
Oh my God.
It's a lot.
Well, we can go on this for hours, it seems like, but we're out of time. So that's all I
Okay.
got. for
Nicole's
asking.
awesome. Hops in her bed, jumps under the cover. Not dead.
That's
I'm
awesome,
like,
actually.
love this. You're perfect.